Hey guys, can you hear me? Hey Julie, happy marvelous Monday to you. Good morning, Tina. So let's see, we have Miss Allie K, Darla K, scrolling, Julie and Tina, Gaga, how you doing? 3G Brenda. I'm going through antifreeze content. I hope it's fixable. Oh, I hope it's fixable too, 3G. Pamela, Mina, Molly, Mary. Good morning, everybody popping in. I hope the lighting is okay. I'm going to zoom in when we start coloring. So we did a base coat of these axolotls. I think I'm saying it right. Probably about a month, maybe more ago, and so it took a while just to do all the wash on it. So now we're going to shade it all in. So thought that would be to get this caught up, get this book caught up. Hi, Rachel, Julia, Sylvie. Anybody else I missed? How you doing, Rachel? Happy Monday to you too, Sylvie. And yeah. So I think I'm gonna work in this. So I pulled my Prismacolors out. And this is in Fragile World, Kerby Rosanes' book. So yeah, thought we would work on this. The light changes when you go from an open light book to a dark page. So yeah, so I hope everybody's doing well. Mama 4, Ashley, Tori. How you doing, Tori, by the way? I haven't seen any messages from you how you're doing. How you doing? Uh, the pencil case. The pencil case. Oh yeah, no, these are not the pencil case. Obviously, these are my, as Denise used to call them, the crap pencils. But they're my favorite pencils. But they're just in silverware trays because it's easy to use them out of a silverware tray rather than a pencil case, right? So. Oh my goodness. Hi, Diana. Jacques. Good morning, Jacques. Is that right? Hi, Becky Kalora. Janice Johnson. Who else? I'm sure I'm missing somebody. Thanks everybody. So how was your weekend? Denise came down and for Father's Day birthday. Hubster, it was so funny that last weekend he goes, "It's my birthday week. I get a whole week, don't I? Like you girls do. Well, there's guys too, but like you fibs do. Don't I get a birthday week?" So he had a birthday week last week. But yeah, let me see if I can find a good picture. Let's see. So let me see. I want a good one. This one, I love the way he's smiling in this one, but he said, "I don't know." But anyway, so there's Hubster and Denise. His birthday gifts. That was Father's Day. Um, well, it was Saturday, but we did everything on Saturday. So we did that. And of course, if you follow me on Instagram, then you probably saw my garden picture. I did a flower garden and I did let's see here. Views of the front garden with the, what? Wow, hang on. I was trying to get rid of the peruse of the front garden with the, what's this? What do I have growing this week?
What do we have here? Ink? Well, the hydrangeas are looking really nice. I'm still kind of wondering about this.
So yeah, I posted that on Instagram, and then my garden. This is going into week 11. Let's see if I can get the. There we go. So going into week 11, it's looking pretty good. Peppers and tomatoes. Yeah, I know, Rachel. Right? It's just like I just do like a little artist garden thing. I try to remember to do it every week. So I'm having to haul down, all these art supplies to the gardens and stuff. But it's worth it to have a smile, right? Hi, Bacola. How you doing? So, and Janet said she's got to be about an hour late. She and the rat got to take her car in for service. So, got to follow him in, town and drop it off and cut. So, she's going to be an hour late or so. So everything's fine with Janet. I told her just come on right in and head straight to the naughty corner. Just go right to your little seat in the naughty corner, Janet. She said, okay. oh, thanks, Miss Allie K. Let's see. And then I did capture Oliver on the coffee table on the chess set waiting. So I got a few good pictures. And then Catterday, of course. Here's the fruit dish that Denise is all into healthy. So I made her a big fruit platter. Let's see. I'm just biding some time till everybody gets in here. Okay. Julie, I'll save a seat for her. Oh my gosh. Yes, Janet knows the routine. Oh my goodness. So anyway, yeah, Oliver plays chess. Yeah. Let's see what else do I have. I made two big potato salads. So I made two big potato salads. What else? And then this is just a good picture of Denise that when she was by the pool. I love that picture of her. So yeah. Anyway, I think that's probably about it. I'm looking here. I think that's all I got right now. I like to share the family a little. uh, so let's see. Sitting in her own house. Not far off, Rachel. Not far off. Oh yeah, that was my Catterday. Let's see. That was my Catterday picture. That was this one. I posted this. There we go. That was this Saturday's Catterday. I do try to make a point of posting a Catterday. Of course, it's a little it's hard to get something different every time. Like I got that one of him on the chess set, but you know, I oh let's see if I can show you this. Okay, so wait a minute. Let's see if I can get this. Let me turn it sideways here. Okay. So I got him jumping on the bed, and what I did is I did catch it a midair. I got him in midair, and then I put some wings on him. Yeah, super cat. Oh my goodness. I think that's probably it. That's probably all I got right now. Oh, hi, Barbara, Darlene. Uh, Let's see. I know, right, Tori? And I didn't say, I hope you're doing okay, Tori. You need to message me and let me know how you're doing. Kalora does. She tries to post her catter days as well. Her cat has a catio. My cats don't have a catio. They have a front window to sit in with a table and a blanket over the table, and they sit in the front window, but they don't have a catio. If you have not seen Kalora Becky's catio, you need to go follow her on Instagram. Thanks, Darlene. Need to paint a big S on his side. Yeah, a big Superman. Yeah. Well, I would do it digitally. I wouldn't do it in. I wouldn't do it on his actual fur. Hi, Scrap Girl. And Tina, I hope you're doing okay too. I haven't talked to you over the weekend. So let's see what else is going on. So I did, let's see, we're going to work in this. I did get this cutout and collage vintage botanicals. So they're getting thinner and thinner, the books, compared to the original cutout collage, but it's by a different person, though. I mean, this one's different, a different, a different editor, someone else put this together. So the other one's an actual book here. This is a book by Maria Rivens, and it's a pretty big, thick book. And she has samples and things, at the beginning. She has samples of how to do things. She has little tutorials in hers. And it's not just a cutout book. It's actually got tutorials in this. So that's if I was going to recommend one cutout, things to cut out for collage, it would be this one by Maria Rivens. This is be the one I would recommend. But there's other ones like that are smaller, that are just they're thinner, and there's no tutorials in it. It is just all whatever it says on the front. In this case, botanicals. Let me see here. You just sleeping. She was right, but the mace kicked in. I'm not miserable. Okay, good, Tina. No, I'm not doing soup of the week right now. Yeah, we have a lot of things going on in summer. It's hard to do, but I will try to get back to that soon because I love doing my soup of the week. This week it was potato salad of the week. Yeah, I made the potato salad. I made a regular salad. I made the fruit plate. That was my weekend thing. Let's see. Hi, G. Hi, Amy. So yeah, I really like this book, and I'll flip through here for you. So while I'm doing this, let me tell everybody good morning. I'm Dee Dee. I stream every Monday and Wednesday at 9 a.m. Eastern, but I usually come on a little early to say good morning to everybody. And so we chat a little bit before we do any projects or anything. And it is a chat show. There's lots of chatting, lots of talking, lots of rabbit trails. This is not a tutorial show. I'm not doing tutorials. So just FYI. So don't email me. Just slide that little bar to where you want to watch it. Yeah. And then also, guys, make sure that your little wheel settings at least 720. I'm broadcasting in 1080p, but make sure you're at least watching in 720. If it gets fuzzy or something, make sure YouTube didn't knock you back to, something really low. Let's see, Kelly S. and Oz. Who else do we have? Nana Mo. Who was it that made the slider pop-up card? It was Melody, Gengler. So isn't it amazing? I love this little card. I didn't even know the pop-up thing was there. I showed the card and I said, look, it's got the little slider, so you can just slide it. And she put my business card thing. Well, that's my header on just about everything, my lemur. And this is just a little sticker that she had on there. So I just stuck that back on there. And at the end of the show, I was just kind of going like this. And then I noticed it's so cute. So, so here we go. I know, right, Nanamo? So yeah, so this one is all, it's got a lot of mushrooms, and look how nice big images. These will be nice for my collage, my collages, either my poster collage, which I need to do another poster collage. I need to get my poster collages out and show those, but it does take up the whole desk. So when I work on it, we're not very zoomed in. You're seeing a big poster that I'm collaging. Maybe, I don't know, we'll see how much energy I have on Wednesday, because it takes a lot of energy to do a 24 by, I don't know, usually 24 by 30 or something, poster size collage in 3 to 4 hours. Sometimes I've had to do longer shows to get those done. And so, but what I'm saying is some of these large images would be good for a poster collage because they're large, right? So, hi, Linda Patrick. Hi, Linda Rins. Hi, Ann Lar. Who else? Let's see. So, yeah. Been calling. What have you been? She's been calling somebody since 3 a.m. Anyway, quick fix for a frozen water valve. A frozen water valve? Like it's, you won't turn off? Okay, Tina put a link in there for you for the clever homeowner stuck water valve. So maybe that'll help. G, did you see Tina's link right above you? Go try Tina's link. Yeah. Thank you, Tina. So I think, what I'm going to use this book in a large collage. A large Marge collage. So yeah, that's cut out in collage, vintage botanical plants. Got off of Amazon. And so yeah. What else do I have? Here, let's pick this up. A couple things fell out of the book. I'm going to look at, well, I've already looked at it, but I'm going to show a couple of Society of Idea Collector homework. Got some homework to show. So this last homework assignment last Wednesday was 3 colors, pick 3 colors, and then 3 random things from your list. Y'all have your list, all the lists you've been making that we've talked about. Pick 3 different lists and randomly pick 1 thing from each list. So you've got 3 colors and 3 things to work with and to make something with it. So I did look at Society of Idea Collectors this morning. And let me get over there. Let's see. Julie's posting something. Oh, that's for her collage. One collage. Let's see. Oh my gosh, Tori just texted me a book. Okay, Tori, I'll have to read that. I'll have to read it in a little while, Tori. Tori texted me a book. Okay, so let's see. Let me go over here to. Thank you, Tori. Thank you. I'm sure you gave me a good update. I'll look at it a little bit. Y'all are so awesome. Okay, Society of Idea Collectors recent. So if y'all haven't been, if you have not been looking over at hashtag, let me get a sip of juice here. Society of Idea Collectors, all one word, Society of Idea Collectors. Go over there and thank you, Bacola. Go. That was last. This was Wednesday's homework. But again, guys, you can post any week's homework anytime you want on Instagram with the hashtag. Just put like what week so we know what the project was. Otherwise, we're going to go, oh, yeah, that's nice. I don't know what you're doing, but it was nice. So, anyway, but y'all, you post over there if you want people to see your work. Okay, so Arlene did her colors that she picked were chocolate brown, fandango pink, and sienna. And she randomly got glasses, washi, and library. So here's what Arlene did. So again, go over there to look at it closer because you're just seeing it on my phone. So she did the random. It was all random. And you were just supposed to make, thank you, Pacola. You're just supposed to make anything, any art, anything creative. It can be a collage, a painting, a drawing, a sketch, a doodle, a Zentangle, a comic, a zine. It can be anything you want. The idea is to use ideas. That's the whole idea of the Society of Idea Collectors. Collect ideas and use those ideas. Okay, so let's see. Gary always posts on this. It's so cute, but I love this. I love that. Isn't that adorbs? Oh, thanks, Gary. I saw this and I thought this was so cute. This is Kathleen, and I know I never pronounced her name right. Kathleen, Daetsch. And she got, here it is. Okay. So let's see if I can see it. Okay. So there's the color. She got this kind of orange, blue, and yellow. And then she got vehicle, trailer, birdhouse. Oh, hang on. I've got text coming in. Mess me up. Hang on. Okay. The vehicle was a trailer, the thing was a birdhouse, and the plant was a carnation. So those were her lists: vehicles, things, and plants. And she randomly got trailer, birdhouse, and carnation. And look what she did, guys. Look how cute this is. Isn't that awesome? She did a food truck. Y'all don't think you have imagination. You think you don't have ideas, and you do. Oh, it's so cute. Okay, so here is Mitzi, and let's see what she says. Okay, so she did a little mind mapping thing here, week 7. She did transportation, colors, thing, and people. Whoops, sorry. In her little mind map start. Then she busted it out to bus, silver, teal, and light blue. People. She got female, child. Thing. She got branch. And then she wrote this little story. Let me read it to you, and then I'll show you the picture. Little 2-year-old Abby decided that she wanted to, first she highlighted each of the things. Little 2-year-old Abby, that was her small child, decided she wanted to branch out by herself. She put on her teal sweater. Sorry, guys. Thinking to herself, she said, "It's time for a ride on the silver bus." Abby awoke from her nap with a huge, wonderful smile, but wondering, where did I leave my light blue blankie? And then there's the piece. There's the little story I just read you. Here's her mind. Hang on. Here's her little mind mapping in that corner. And then here's the little piece that she made. Isn't that so cute? Good job, Mitzi. Isn't that great? You don't have to go over there and look at them because it's really hard to show. Okay, and then she also did, this was assignment number for, I think I already showed this. I think that was, because I'm just on Mitzi there. Okay, let's go back over here. Let's see. And then here is Linda Renz, who's here in the chat today. And she did week 7 colors and lists. So you don't have to list it. It's just at least put the week you're on. So which she did. So she picked 3 colors and 3 things from a list. But I love the way this turned out. Look at this. Look at this. Isn't this awesome? I love this, Linda. It's just so, I don't know. It's got so much energy to it. It's got so much energy. So I really love that. So I know y'all are so smart. Y'all just are you got so many ideas. So there's plenty of ideas over here that people have been putting. I've tried to show a few every week. I know, right, Amber? So yeah, thanks everybody. Thanks for participating. And you're welcome. Thanks for participating. I hope, even if you don't post, nobody has to post anything on Instagram, but I hope I hope you at least have a Society of Idea Collectors book of some type where you're putting your ideas, tabbing them, collecting them, somehow generating and putting them in your book. Because then I'm telling you guys, you don't believe me, but you'll believe me. Anytime you can't think of something to do, you think you're bored, I don't have any ideas, I don't know what to do. If you pull your Society of Idea Collector, and this is the one I'm just using right now for working with you guys, but I have other things in here. This one's not very full. I mean, I got a few things back here, but most of this up here is where I'm kind of working with you guys in the list and stuff. But I have other, I've shown them. I have lots of other books where I collect my ideas, and I have just different books for different things. I mean, I've just got I can't even tell you how many books that I do things in. But here's another one over here. This one. So I'm always working in something, and so there's really you should, Amber, because again, you will always have ideas, even if you just start with your list and some little bit of mind mapping, just a little bit of collecting, because just even having random list, a page of one thing, a page of another thing, a page of another thing. If you have random lists and you can just pick one thing from each list and then combine those and try to make something out of it, it will spark ideas. It'll spark ideas. I've been in this studio over 20 years. I have been in this studio over 20 years. This is the longest place I've ever lived in my whole life. I've moved, I think I counted up one time. It's over 30 times in my life I've moved. So let's see. So yeah, I think that's all the show and tell. So I guess we can go ahead and get started working on coloring these axolotls. I'm working on a board here so I can kind of move it around. This is just some peel and stick wallpaper. You can get all kinds of cool peel and stick wallpaper off of Amazon. You don't pay more than $10, $15 for a roll. I think this was $11 or $12. You're going to get a whole roll, unless you're going to make a whole bunch of books and journals. But you know what? I was going to do that too. We'll see. I'll color for a while, then I might make some little mini journals with the what do you call it? Peel and stick wallpaper, because you got tons left. And this is just on a foam board, foam board here. Just peeled it and stuck it. And so it's just real handy, and it's got a sheen to it, so it's wipeable. Now, if you let acrylic paint dry on it overnight, you might have to scratch it off, but it's got like a shiny coat to it, so if you get anything on this, you can just wipe it down. So that's why I like it. And I mean, I have beautiful papers too. Like there's one of the Japanese papers that Trisha Green sent me, and so I can move them around. And I have 3 different boards here with different papers on them, so it's just real easy to. Are you getting dizzy, Rachel? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Let's see. Tina says, I bought an extra large storage camp for my porch, put together Thursday. Now I have a place for the majority of my art supply. Oh, nice. Nice. That's good. Yeah, because in Florida, it's nice. Well, it's got the heat of summer, but I bet for the rest of the year, a porch, like a sun porch, screened in porch, patio. I mean, there's different names for all the different kind of porches you can have. But I bet that's nice, especially the rest of the year, Tina. I don't know how much you spend out there when it's 99 degrees, but oh, but good. That's a great idea, Tina. Okay, so what we're going to do here, I think I've caught up with everything. Don't forget, I'll give you some more homework on Wednesday. Let's see. Let me move this tray over here so I have them without getting too much of a shadow right here. This tray right there, and then we're going to zoom in. We're going to zoom. Let's see. Let's move it over just a little. Let's move this. There we go. So I can zoom in. Thank you, Tina. Thanks, guys. Yeah, I really do appreciate the thumbs up. I get the usual. I get 6 thumbs down every show. It's the same. It must be the same 6 people or one person with 6 accounts. But guys, here, let me just be honest with you. If you are going to be a streamer, and I'm going on 11 years, if you care that you get thumbs down, you're going to be miserable. You just cannot care. And by the way, just FYI, a thumbs down counts as a view regardless. It counts as a like, and regardless if it's a thumbs down or a thumbs up. So it really doesn't matter as far as the streamer goes. But you can't care. You can't care about that. If you care about what people think while you're streaming, you won't stream. All you'll be doing is worried about what people think about you. And you can't do that. I mean, every now and then something gets to you, and that's why, it's nice to have something like this. But you don't let it fester. Don't do that. You just got to keep moving on if you want to be a streamer. You'll have plenty of people that are going to enjoy your show and have fun with you. Yes, a view is good one, view. A view is a view. Oh my gosh, I love that. So don't let it disturb you so much that you stop streaming, or that you go, oh my gosh, people don't like me, I can't stream. You don't do it. Do it because you got to do it because you love it. You have to like to share, and encourage people and do something fun. If you want to, you're going to do it for any distance. Okay, so yeah. Tina. But I usually have that same 6, and I usually don't even look at it, but I have to leave descriptions, and it's right there. It's right above the description and the comments, because I do try to read all you guys' comments and either like it or comment back, give you a smiley face, something that I acknowledge that I've seen your comment. So I do try to interact with your comment. So I just, it's right there above it. So I do see it, but I don't really look for it. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter in the scheme of things. So you can't let it stop you from streaming if that's what you want to do. So, okay. So now let's go ahead and let me open up my camera here and zoom in. Let's see, how far do we want? Well, maybe we'll just start. Well, I don't know. I guess I probably should zoom in pretty close. We're going to do shading, right? How's that look? Does that look pretty? Does that look pretty clear for you guys? It's a little flashed out. Let me turn the brightness down just a tad. That looks. I compare what's on my desk to what's in the camera, and I try to get it as close as possible. That's pretty close. That's pretty close. All right. So again, let me move this over. We so there's not a shadow. Probably about a month, maybe a month and a half ago, we did the wash on this. And by a wash, I just mean watered down acrylic paint. Let me get a color here. Just a watered down acrylic paint. And you just want it watered down enough so you can still see the line art that Kerby or whoever did. And this is Fragile World. And well, let me show you a couple of the pages that we have done in this book. And these are all endangered species. And at the back, he has a little paragraph on each of the pages so you can, know about all the different animals. Let's see. Is there any here in the back? I really want to do this one, but again, it'll have to be a part where I do the washes in one segment and come back and do the shading in another, because it does take a while to do these. I mean, I do it quick, and again, when I work fast doesn't mean you have to. Oh my gosh, Julie. Now, what we need is those people to come in and chat with us and say, look, you can have some fun with this as long as you're nice. We already have the naughty corners filled up. Do not fill up the naughty corner. We got Janet and Julie, sometimes Rachel. We don't need anybody else in the naughty corner. Oh, thank you, Amber Nicole. Thank you so much for the super chat. Let me write that down. And if you, I do send out a monthly print to anybody that supported the channel during that month, either super chat, super sticker, or PayPal tip jar. Thank you so much, Amber. I wrote you down, so you'll be getting next month's print. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. Amber, make sure email me your address so I make sure I have it. I'm pretty sure I do, but it doesn't hurt, guys, to send me your address again so I can have it to send out the print. And I do not share your address with anybody, not even the mods. I don't put you on an email list. I don't do anything like that. I just send you out a print. That's why I like you to try. If you're not a regular person that I send things to, or if you move, make sure you send me your address if you move. So, yeah. So thanks, guys, for supporting. Thanks, guys, for supporting the channel. I appreciate it. So, thank you. Thank you, my little Snapdragon. Okay. So, this has got a wash, and I keep bumping. Something is jiggling my... somehow my cord is touching the table. So when I do anything, it kind of jiggles it. I try not to have my camera cord touching anything on the table so it doesn't, because it's, well, let me show y'all. And just in case, I know, I probably have pictures of it somewhere, but I'll show you again. Let's see, camera, just so y'all can see. Let's see, where can I get the camera to show? Let's see, right, that's probably good right there. Okay, so how the setup here is, so right over here's my microphone. I got my ring lights here. I got other lights up here. Here's the camera. My camera is attached. Look, there's a yardstick right here. This is a yardstick that's up under some books. It goes behind here. You can't really see it, but it's weighted. It's weighted down back there. And it's just a yardstick with my camera on one of those gorilla arms, and it hangs down. Here's, see how it's hanging down right here? So the camera is just hanging down right over my desk, and it's just, gosh, I keep touching something else. And so that's all my camera setup is. It's just on and there's a clamp right there. So I have some bags of pencils and things up here. So I think what's happening is I'm bumping that cord right there, that's going to the computer. So if you touch anything, it kind of shakes the whole thing. Sip of juice. Hello, Alice. Anybody else I missed coming in? I probably have missed people. There's Arlene. Hi, Arlene. I showed one of your Society of Idea Collecting works this morning. Yeah, if somebody asked, yes, I am working in the Fragile World. And we had already done the wash on the background. Oh, I was going to show you some more pictures. So here's the rhino. We did this like last week and the week before. So I finished that one. And this is posted on Instagram. Here's my pandas. That's posted on Instagram. Do I have anything else in here? I might pull out the other little tree frogs or leaf frogs. I think they're called leaf frogs. And I think the other recent Kerby book is World Within Worlds. And I've done a few in this one. Done this one. And again, it's all starts with a base coat, a wash. Starts with the wash of acrylic craft paint and then penciled on top. This one popped up in my, I think this was a year ago. Maybe it was 2. Anyway, this one popped up in my Facebook memories. So I reposted this one. This took a while. That's all gel. That's all the silver gel pen to do all the wiring like in there. So, and then this is all acrylic paint in the background. Hi, Kathleen. Lisa Nelson. I'm sure I'm missing people. Oh, thanks, Tina. This one, we use this as a demo to show some watercolor. This was some watercolor rather than watered down acrylic paint. Now this is acrylic paint back here. See all the effects you can do with acrylic paint on the background? Pencil will go over acrylic paint like a charm. So let's see what else we got here. This one's not quite done. I still have to do a lot of little details in the octo. This one. And this one I keep unfinished so that I can show an example. So this is what it looks like when you first do a wash. This is just watered down craft paint, watered down acrylic craft paint. And you do a wash over it, water it down enough so you can still see the line art, right? And then go back in and shade and detail. So this is with color pencil, white Posca that you can pencil over the white Posca. So so you go from this to this, but you got to take some time. It does take some time. I'm not going to lie. It does take some work. So yeah, that one's World Within Worlds. Okay, so and then this one is Fragile World. I have all of Kerby's books. Some of them I've got twice. So yeah, you have a lot of examples. Well, I was saying this last week. I don't think I've ever finished. Well, I know I've never completely finished a coloring book. Although, let me just see if I can grab it. I know it's a little. Hang on, it's a rabbit trail. So I want to try to complete this book. I want to try to complete Cute and Creepy Pop Manga by Camilla Del Recco. I want to try to finish this in October. I worked in it all October. I didn't do one every day because I do Inktober as well. I do Inktober. This will be my 7th year to do Inktober. But I wanted to do some work in this. So it's probably about every other day. I think I worked in this one during October. Let me just do a flip through of this real quick. So while I'm reading chat. So I want to try to finish this book. This is the book that has the most, probably the most, although a couple of my early Kerby books are pretty well dug into. But so I want to try to finish this one in October. Okay. So I do have quite a bit done in it, but it's probably about halfway. I'd say it's about halfway. So I want to try to finish this one. I know it is so much fun, right? And there's Julie says a book that she has the most fun with. Me too. It's just so fun, right? And you can do anything, right? You can do anything. There's a little glare. There we go. It's so fun. And good morning, by the way, Julie G. How's the paper and cute? It's the same. It's. I think I would call it pretty much the same as. Let me feel it too. It's about the same. I'd say it's about the same as Kerby. About the two recent Kirbys. Now I know there was one Kerby that was a little thinner and one-sided, wasn't a double-sided, but it's it's I would say 90 weight maybe. It feels thicker than 60, but it's not cardstock either, right? Thank you, Julie. Thank you so much. Okay, so who does this one, Arlene? This is Cute and Creepy Pop Manga, and it's Camilla Del Recco, and she has also drawing books out. I have all her books. Well, I think she had one coloring book that I didn't get. I have the mermaid one. I have 3 of her color books, and I have 2 of her art books. But I think I'm missing one of her coloring books, but I don't remember which one right now. But anyway, so yeah, let's just kind of tilt it just a little to get a little of the glare off. Yeah, Claire says, yeah, it's good paper and cute and creepy. I think it's good. I mean, it's not create space paper, some which I don't mind working on those. So and it's not called Create Space anymore. I think they call it something else. The Amazon paper, which is like copy paper, but I don't even mind working on that. Yeah, you can. This book is out at all over. Julie just says she found it at Walmart. Yeah, so you can get this book all over the place. Can you use watercolor over the acrylic wash? Okay, well, good question, Pacola. Now, it's going to depend what you mean by markers. You do not want to use your Copics. Do not use your expensive Copics over acrylic paint. You can start with them. You can start with like your Copics, but again, you don't want to use alcohol markers on a double-sided page. It'll go right through. But you cannot use Copics. Well, you can, but you're going to ruin your Copics. You don't want to use your Copics on top of another medium because it's going to suck up the ink right out of the Copic and dry out your tip. Okay, you can use your super tips on anything. Now, the super tip water base, these things, the Crayola super tips. Those work over everything. Let me see what else was in that question. Where'd that question go? Where'd the question go? Where'd it go, Pacola? Okay, here it is again. And you can use watercolor. Now, you're going to have it's going to depend on so many things. It's going to depend, like if I use watercolor on top of this acrylic paint, it's not going to show up. It'll just give it a film, right? But I could use watercolor over an area that's not that solid. So it's going to depend on how thick your acrylic is. That's why you always want to test in the back. Have a place in the back where you can test, okay? You want to always test everything. And and let me also say, yeah, Julie brought up the matte medium watered down with color pencils. You have to use matte. And here's another reason that I like craft paint. It's because it's all matte. Well, you can buy it in matte. You can also get gloss, glitter, metallic, satin. All those are not going to take your pencil well. So you just want to get regular craft paint. And another reason, other than the budget friendliness of craft paint, is if you get they have come out with some different ones now that are matte. The artist grade paints but most artist grade paints in the tubes have a sheen to them. And if they have a sheen to them, your color pencil is going to resist that. You're not going to be able to do a lot of these techniques I show you with a sheened paint, right? So you just want flat matte paint. But saying that, they have come out with some matte artist grade. So I have not tried, I can't say I've tried every artist grade tube matte paint. So you may, it may work for you, it may not. Before you bought a whole set of something, you want and you planned on using color pencil over it, you probably want to test it. Get one, test it. Okay, so let's keep going here. Let's tilt it just a little because it's got a little bit of a glare. So I did most of these last October. And there's videos for most of them, not all of them, because obviously, I did in Inktober and other things too. But a lot of these have videos. If you look in my color book playlist, and this one I love, I put underarm hair under these little baby Yetis. I love this. But look, see how I could do that fogginess over on top of the black. That's all done with color pencil, right? Around here comes my cat. So let's see. Thank you, Darlene. Who else am I missing? Fernando. Anybody else coming in? So I do want to work in this again in October. Moogles! Mean Moogles. So these two. But all these are individually colored as well. Each one of these. So you can see it can take a while, right? I gave her bushier eyebrows. Hello, Beverly. I said hi to Claire. Hi, CNP, Cat and Paste. So, and her hair turned out so good. I love the way her hair turned out. So there's this one. Yes, you have time to get your own book out. Tina. Creature from the Black Lagoon, little pirate. So again, this is paint, acrylic paint. You can do so much. Look at all this is acrylic paint. And it all starts like this. This is what it looks like when I start, just like this. A wash of color. And then you go in with your color pencil and or more paint. You can add more paint like the water and clouds and other things like that. I can't get much closer because I've already dropped my zoomed my camera. Little pink vampire ghost. Hi, Sandra. How you doing? And there's this was just with all blues and grays. A mummy. And again, this is all painted in. So I really wanted to kind of hide the little kitty. So he's kind of hidden in there. He's peeking in. But I made him the same colors as the pumpkin. So he's kind of hidden. Same thing with this is paint. Oh, thanks, Tina. And there's the Scarecrow Girl. So you still see I got quite a few left to do. But there's a lot in here. There's like 50, I think. I think there's like 50 in here. I love this one. The hedgehog turned out. And this right here, that's Posca paint pen to get all those little spikes on the hedgehog. And the same thing for the lace. That's Posca pen. And there's videos on probably most of these. This one has gold on top. The gold's on top, like the last thing. The crowns have gold on them. So, yeah, I think there's 50 in here. But there's the cover. This is what it looks like. It's pretty dirty, you know, because we use it a lot. So anyway, cute and creepy. So we'll get back to that in October. All right, so now let's go back in here. We're gonna go back into Fragile World, Kirby. Let me straighten out my thing so Rachel doesn't puke. Okay, so yeah, so we've got the wash on here. So now I did start doing a little testing. I added some gold there, which this is the kind of thing you don't want to do this till the end. But I did go ahead and show it just so you could see some gold on there. Now, whether I'm going to leave that, I don't know. But so sometimes I get ahead. You don't want to do those details like I have him kind of outlined in white. You don't want to do that until the end, right? But somebody will go, well, what are you going to do with the antennas, or what are you going to, how are you going to do this or that? And I'll just go ahead and show you, even though you really don't want to do those details until you have finished all the coloring, right? So just FYI. All right, so let's see here. Am I missing anything? I said hi to Fernando. Okay, so don't forget, guys, if you talk to me, put it in caps. I won't think you're yelling at me. All right, so let's see here. What colors do I want? What do I want to start with? Let's go ahead. Let's start something easy. Let's start with some of the leaves. Let's just start with some of the, leaves. So I got about 4. What color is this? Dark green? No, it's dark green. Okay. So I got like 4 different colors of green. I got my little pencil sharpener here and just um, a little cranberry juice lid, just so I can have it handy. I have the trash can right next to me as well, but I just try to have something handy here to sharpen with. So let's see. Let's get rid of that. All right, so they're pretty sharp for now. So what I'm going to start with is, I guess I'll start with the dark green. And I have some people ask me, do you start with light? Do you start with dark? Do you start with medium? And it all just depends. I really don't have any rules about that. Is this good, or do I need to zoom in? I can zoom in closer, but then I have to keep moving the page, Rachel. I'll have to keep moving the page. Maybe we'll just start with this, or, well, let me see. Maybe I can zoom in one. Let's see. How's that? Does that look pretty good? Otherwise, I'm going to be shoveling it around left and right. Okay, so I'm going to just start with some of the veins in the leaves. Does this look good? If y'all want me to zoom in, I can, but I just, you won't be able to see all of it. Okay, so I'm just going to put in some of the very, dark, and I say the darkest dark, but sometimes I still go back and add like black if I need to. Hi, Ray Maseki. So I'm just going to go ahead and start putting in some, and again, and I try to hold my pencil back far enough so that my hand's not in your way, as you can see. And I'm always twisting the pencil, so that gives me a sharp edge. Paula's the one. Has anybody seen Paula lately? I don't know what happened to old Paula in Canada. I know they had a lot of lockdown stuff up there, and I don't know what's going on with her. But anyway, she noticed that I turn my pencil all the time, and that's to keep a sharp edge. So when you start working with your pencil and it starts getting dull, all you have to do is just give it a quarter turn, and you've got a little sharp edge. Of course, there's nothing beats just actually sharpening. Just sharpening, keeping a sharp edge, but you can just give it a quarter turn, and it just becomes a habit. Every time you stop, you're twisting it. So let's go ahead and just get some of these veins in the leaves. And you can spend as much time as you want. You don't have to rush. You don't have to hurry. I go a little faster on the stream to try to get as much done as possible. But it's supposed to be relaxing, right? Yeah, it does. Because you're not having to sharpen it as much when you're twisting it. So, but a double page spread like this, it does take time. You're going to spend some hours doing it. right? But my show is not like it's not like a tutorial. I'm not telling you, okay, I'm going to pick up number so and so. Now let's change to color so and so. I just don't do that. I want you to pick your own. I want you to pick your own colors. What you got? You got Prisma. You got Polys. You got Holbees. You got, whatever kind of pencil you have. So I already had started this with a little bit of an olive green. Now I'm going to go back over that olive green with the it's dark green. But if you ask me, well, what color is that? I'll try to tell you, but I'm not this is not a tutorial. This is like, kind of like my Society of Idea Collectors. I'm going to give you ideas. I'll just roll with it. Okay, now I do need to sharpen. About the time it gets to about like that, it needs to be sharpened. You need to keep your pencil sharp. It just gives you so much more detail. And sometimes I sharpen them so well that the little bitty tip snaps off. So you got to be careful of that too. Yes, Prismacolors are very soft, but that's why I like them. Plus, they're the pencils that I've had since I was a teenager. Back then they were barrel. Then they went to, first they were Eagle, then they were Barrel, then they were Sanford, then they were just like Prisma, then they were Prisma Premier. I think that's all the ways they've gone through. Let's see, Sandy. It's not like a tutorial until it comes to lists. Oh yeah, there's there's really not even rules in that. I just try to give y'all, ideas to work with. But the whole idea of the Society of Idea Collector and list and mind mapping, all that is for you to have your own ideas collected so that you don't run out of ideas. Because that's what I hear the most. I don't have any ideas. I'm not creative. I have no inspiration. Yeah, they're underwater salamanders. Yeah. So So if you have your own book of lists, and you can, and I wanted to, I'm kind of debating what I want to do on Wednesday. I thought about doing getting out a lot of art books, because one of the things that I wanted, the homework for Wednesday is going to involve your art books, not my art books, your art books, even if you only have one. So I thought about bringing out some art books again, and y'all have seen, I always show my books every time I get a new one. So over the years, y'all have seen them, and I've brought out the different ones. Like I've brought out a whole bunch of calligraphy books. I've brought out, the different topics in my art books. But then I also thought, well, maybe I want to do a big poster collage. So it's kind of a toss up. Hi, Abigail. Have you ever used the student grade Tombow pencils? No, I don't have any Tombow pencils. I have some Crayola ones. I think probably Crayola is the most budget friendly ones I have. Although I've bought a couple of odd sets off of Amazon, but I don't think that they were cheaper than Crayola. But Crayola color pencils are not bad. Just saying. Now, I would not recommend getting like the rose art. And I mean, you get what you can get, right? But, pretty much everybody can afford Crayola pencils. And Crayola, the other thing I would recommend are the super tips. The Crayola super tip markers. You can get 100 of these for, I don't know, not much. And I think they've even gone down. And now you can get them, I think, at Walmart. So, but you can get 100 colors of those super tip markers. And let me just stop and show you. It really is a good thing to know. So you have, let me, hang on, I go around my table here. I knocked over my scissors here. We don't want that. But it's behind my computer. My scissor thing is behind the computer. All right, so let me just get a piece of plastic here because I want to show you. No, I keep a piece of plastic here for demo purposes. Well, there's Zippy the unicorn plastic. So what's nice is you can take a super tip, right? You can take a super tip marker and put it down on a piece of plastic. Get you a water brush. You don't have to have a water brush. You can just have a regular paintbrush dipped in water, and then you can make watercolor out of it, right? You can make watercolor out of your super tips. I don't want to do too much here because I don't know what I'm going to add on here. If you be aware, if you use watercolor on your color books, let me get a tissue to clean my brush here. If you use watercolor on your color books, then you can't do any water-based anything on top of it because you'll just smear it, right? So just FYI, one of the benefits of using acrylic paint, watered down acrylic paint, over using watercolors is this, once it's dry, is permanent. Okay, so watered down acrylic paint is better if you're going to do other things on top, because for one, the acrylic paint gives it a little tooth, and also it won't move later. See, now I just put some watercolor there, so if I put anything wet on that, it's going to move, where it's not going to move anywhere else. I don't plan on it, but just saying. Okay, so let's go back to the dark green here. And I'm just going, the other nice thing about having a wash, look how when I did that background, see how I just went over the whole plant? See how I didn't try to paint around all that plant, because pencil will go on top of all that. Pencil will cover all that up. So if you got little bubbles or little tiny plants or anything like that, and you have a background you want to put in, you can just put a wash over the whole background. See, like right here, it's another one. Look, that's going to be a green plant, but it has a blue wash on it. Well, I'm going to pencil over that whole thing. All right. Let's see. Oh, Rachel, you're so funny. You have a good sense of humor for your age. Don't turn into a curmudgeon. Is that yeah? No, don't turn into an old fogey. All right, so I'm just starting to, I just want to put in a little bit of where I'm going with the. And I'm not even doing every single vein. I'm just kind of getting some dark in there, because when I go to work on that one leaf or this, whatever it is, then I'll concentrate on it. Right now, I'm just trying to get in some darks in here. So I hope y'all are working along with something, some project, either coloring, drawing, sketching, whatever you're doing. Did I get a little, how's that? Does the lighting look okay, guys? Let's get there. I guess it's okay. I don't want it too flashed out, but I don't want it dark either. So I'll zoom in some more here in a little bit. Let's just kind of get an overall feel. And then when I've got the dark green here, but then I can go back, and some of them can be a limer green, some can be a mossier green. They don't all have to be the same, but I am just getting some darks in here in each one. I'm trying to remember to kind of hold my pencil back a little further so it's not in the way. Let's see. Cat Pace, I didn't see you. Did you post something on Instagram this week? I didn't know. I don't remember. Let's go back over to Instagram. Oh, look, Ashley. When did you post this? Oh my gosh, Ashley. You posted this 3 hours ago, and I didn't even, we were talking about it. Well, we gotta hit the like on that one. That's in the Camilla D'Oreco cute and creepy. Okay, so let's see. It just popped up right there. I know they all read your mind or listen to your voice. Color project quilting. Oh, you've stabbed your fingers quilting, Rachel? Well, stop it. Stop it. All right, let's see. Let me go over here to search cat. There it is. Let's see what she's done. Oh, she did this a few days ago, 2 days ago. So here's some of Cat and Pace's color. Look at this, guys. Isn't this stunning? Look at this. Look at that. Just FYI. Look, they almost look like those flowers that have the translucency on the tips like that. That's awesome. Awesome, CNP. It is stunning, isn't it, Tina? Good job. You're welcome. Thanks for sharing. Okay, so let's see. What else do I want to do here? Maybe that's all for now, the dark green. All right, so let's just concentrate on these big leaves here because we can see them. All right, let's see how much we can zoom in here without getting too pixelated. It's pretty good. All right, I think we'll get there. It's not going to be quite as clear, but I think it's okay. All right, so now I am going to go with the moss green. And here's where you just start shading and blending, taking your time, enjoying the process. So I'm going to do these 3 big leaves here. I'll probably work on these 3 big leaves and then I'll start working on one of the axolotls. Okay. So now I'm just going to start blending. I'm going right over the top of that dark green. Hi, Ashley, Uncle Dan, Jane. How you doing, Jane? Everybody else popping in. Thanks for being here. Probably do another color book giveaway on Wednesday. Faithful Mess, she sent us a bunch of color books, those watercolor type color books, and sends postage for me to mail. She sends a little envelope things for me to put them in. She makes it really easy for me to do a giveaway, just saying. So it's just taking some time and just kind of shading and blending. I'm just doing right here in the middle right now. I'm just sticking in the middle because I want some light in there. But don't forget, guys, there's so many things you can do with the Posca. You never really have a mistake if you have a white Posca pen. Okay. All right, need to sharpen. Cat and Paste, have you ever thought about doing a YouTube channel? Or if you do, I'm going to feel really dumb because I don't think I even know you have one. Have you ever thought of doing a YouTube channel, or do you have one? Let me see her answer. Because on our leaves are almost translucent. Well, yeah, and you can also make them even more so with Posca. I'll show you. I was waiting to see if things. Okay, Tina. Let's see. Oh, you're welcome, Ashley. Oh, let's see. I was waiting to see if she answered. Okay, now I think I'm going to go back in with my dark green again, sharpening. I'm waiting to see if C&P is going to answer me. All right, now I'm going to even get a little bit dark. I might even get just a tiny bit. And people goes, oh, you shouldn't use black. You shouldn't use black. Well, then don't you use black. I use black. I thought about it, but nothing beyond that. Well, you should. You need to do at least start with some color booking. You could start a channel on your color book. You've got enough on Instagram to have people come and watch you, right? Sorry about the shake, guys. You know what I think it is? I think it's because it's on one of those bags. Hang on, I'm going to move you guys. Hang on, Rachel. It's on one of these bags. That's why. See, it's on one of my pencil bags because when my arm is only in the bookshelf that's behind the desk, there's nothing to shake it except the cord. So I think that might be the problem right there. Is that bag of pencils. That bag of pencils was making it shake. Let's see, darlings, because I use black. Well, I do too, because I just I love high contrast. Let's see, what did I got lost in the parking garage? Uncle Dan. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. Did you find Janet when you were out there? Oh, okay. So Janet, Janet and the rat had to go drop her car off, and so, or his car, I forget which one. Anyway, they had to go drop one of their cars off, and so Janet had to follow them and go pick them up. So she said she was going to be late today. But Julie Topaz is saving a spot in the naughty corner. All right, so can you see the difference? Just that little bit of black made right in there. See how that just made it so much deeper and richer? And you could use a dark blue or, something like that too, like a midnight blue or a indigo blue. But I just picked a color book, people. Come on, let's not get too stressed out here. If you don't use any black in your color book, don't email me. Oh, Julie's keeping it warm. Oh my gosh. So anyway, what would y'all like to rather do on Wednesday, since y'all are here, and thanks all the lurkers as well. Or if you want to leave me a comment for something to do on Wednesday, we can either again, I'm going to talk about using art books that you have in your collection of art books. We can either do something with that along with the Society of Idea Collectors homework, or we can, and I'm saying this tentatively. I have to have a little bit of high energy to do a big collage poster. So if it turns out that we don't do a collage poster, so what would y'all rather do? A big collage poster, or pull out a bunch of art books and talk about using your art books? Which one would y'all rather do? So either leave a comment, or I'll try to catch your comments here. And I do try to go back and skim through the comments here. So to try to catch, especially if I miss new people. I hate missing new people. When new people come to the channel, I hate missing them. So what are you usually on? Keep sleeping in. Oh, what time am I on? Oh, there we go. But I usually come on at 8:30 to chit chat. Like, we don't do enough chit chatting for the 3 hours, so I have to come on at 8:30 to chit chat. But this is the official stream time. I'm gonna knock over my scissors again. All right, so let's see what it calls a D. Oh, thank you, Pacola. Thank you. Like the art book idea. I can always add to my wishes. Well, you will be enabled, Stephanie. I'm just saying. I don't know. Hang on. I don't remember if I have my picture in here. Hang on. Give me a second. I'm going to enable. Hang on. I went into the mural room. Now this room in here, well, let me take a picture of this one too. Hang on. I'll take a picture of this wall over here. So this room has mostly my journals. And sketchbooks and my altered books. So hang on. So in here, let me turn this sideways. In this room, so I'm sitting right here behind this computer, right? I'm sitting right, there's the top of my chair. So these are my art journals, sketchbooks, and altered books. These are right behind me. I'm sitting right here. This is right behind me, okay? Then I also have, these are all, every one of these are my sketchbooks and art journals. All art journals. Then in the other room are my art books. I moved my art books and color books to the mural room. So here's what we have to go through. So we can go through all these art books. All these are art books over here. Then there's a color book section over here. So we can go through, we can enable. We can enable. You don't want to be enabled. Where'd that go? Where'd it go? There it goes. Yeah. Right, Magic? So you got to remember, I've been in this studio for 20 years, just saying. And yeah. Now my regular reading books, the books like my novels, my mysteries, my history, that's all downstairs. This is just my, this is my upstairs art section. So, but anyway, so we have the choice. We can do art books and talking about using art books in your Society of Idea collecting, or we can do a giant collage. And that's based on if I have the energy to do that that day on Wednesday. Because it does take a little bit of high energy to do a 24 by 30 collage from scratch with no preconceived ideas. It does take a little, take some energy. Yeah, I have my coffee too. I do. I don't drink as much coffee as I used to. I mean, I would drink coffee literally all day, pots and pots of coffee. I don't do that much coffee anymore. I usually will have, I like to make a pot of coffee and have it when I want it, even though I may not drink the whole pot, but I have it, right? So, hi, Susie girl, Amber, anybody else? All right, so now I've got a little bit of the moss green, the dark green, and in this case, some of the black. Now, there's a couple different things you can do. If you want to make, like, let's just say these leaves, or maybe I'll do both. So the leaves kind of fold over, right? So the light's going to be in the middle, like where the top is, like where the roll is. This one I'm imagining is kind of going this way, right? So this is kind of like this rather than this one that I see like that. So, and you can just practice and do it. Don't stress it out. Black made it pop. Yeah. So you can do a couple different things. So this one right here is kind of, I'm imagining it folding in, and this one's kind of folding around. So I'm thinking that this little area right here would almost disappear. So you can always make edges disappear. Like, look right here. See how I went along the edge of that axolotl so he has no black outlines? I'm going to do that to all of these. And you can do it to a leaf that's where the sun's hitting it. So you can just get rid of the black line. Now, you don't have to leave it white. Once the Posca is dry, you can go over it. Like him, I can go along that white edge with the peach color so that it's not so white. But if you want something to look translucent or a little bit more, just not so hard edged. Because, you got to remember, the color book artists have to put a line there. And I also do that in eyes. Like if I have a close up of a face, a girl's face with the eye, other than the iris or the pupil, you're not going to have harsh lines, black lines around a nose or around, you're not going to have, it's just not going to be there in, if you want it to look a little bit realistic. So what you can do is you can just get rid of the white line. I mean, the black line with the white, see? And then that just kind of makes it a little more translucent on that edge. Hi, Janet. Yeah, some of the, Julie saved you a seat. Rachel's probably in the room too, along with Uncle Dan. So y'all can all go into the naughty corner. So anyways, good to have you back this morning, Janet. So I hope your drive was okay. So, all right. So now what I'll do also, maybe I could try to zoom in. I really want y'all to see the details, but I don't want to lose clarity. See, see how it's starting to pixelate a little? Let me try to, if I try to autofocus it from this, let's see what we can do. So, because I'm zoomed in about 12 clicks. So, okay. So now what I'm going to do is right along these edges, I'm going to bring some of that white into that leaf. Okay. So I'm going to make this whole side of this leaf very light. Okay. And you can also use your finger to kind of smudge it so you don't have sharp edges. All right, see how that made that just really stand out right there on that edge? And you don't have to do it on all of them. Some, like this one right here, I'm imagining kind of folding up this way. So this one actually might have a darker edge with the light toward the middle a little bit. It just depends on, and practice different ways. Practice different ways to either have a light edge, a dark edge. So I'm going to just kind of go along. Just going to go along that edge. What I'm really doing here is getting rid of the black harsh line. So like I was saying with the eyes, when Kerby or anybody draws their color book line art, they have to have a line there for you to follow, right? So you may not see that line in nature, but they have to draw something for you to go by. So right? So, and then there might be a little shadowy area under his tail there. The details for sure, that really takes your work to this. Well, thanks, Amber. And it takes time. That's the thing. And when we only do, and I know we talk a lot, but that's just the way it is. It's a chat show. I'm not going to get rid of the chat just so I have an extra 30 minutes of coloring. And the other thing I like to do when I'm coloring is I like to give you, like I'm not going to get all these axolotls done on camera, but I might get one done or two. I'm not going to get all the leaves done, but I'll get one or two leaves. So you can see where I'm heading, what I'm doing, That's, yeah, exactly, Tina. It's the techniques. You can do them on whatever. It doesn't have to be on this picture. Exactly. All right, so let's see. So now this is dry now. The white Posca is dry. So, but I want to do a little bit more on the other leaves first. So there might be some highlighted areas. Plus, I got these bubbles here, right? So, you can always just do the bubbles white. You can always go back and make them another blue or whatever color as well. So I'm going to go right up the middle of this leaf like that. That's going to be really highlighted. And if you don't want a sharp point on that, you can, while it's wet, you can kind of tap on it, like just move it a little bit with your finger so it's not like a sharp pointy edge. Sometimes you need a sharp pointy edge, but so I'm just going to put some white in there. But here's the thing with the Posca. Let's go ahead and do this one too. The thing with the Posca is you don't have to leave it white. And there are other colors of Posca paint, but they're not real subtle colors. They're kind of, even the pastel ones, you can almost tell it's painted like it's not subtle to me. They're more like for graphic things, you know. Let me grab a teal up here. It for the solid colors, they're good for graphic ideas and stuff like that. Other than the white, which I can manipulate a lot. You can probably do it some with the colors too, but I haven't really experimented with a whole lot of, the Posca layering. But with the white, okay, so now I have the white there. When I lose the highlight, how do I use my Posca without making a blob? Well, it shouldn't make a blob unless your pen is bad. Now, you're seeing these white dots here. Those are bubbles. I don't know if you think those might be blobs. Those are just the bubbles, like all the back. They're the bubbles. You shouldn't have a blob. If it starts getting like you feel like it's drying out, go over somewhere to the side. I have a table to the side over here where I just kind of pump. Well, here, let me just get a piece of paper. Where, you just pump it like that. Just one pump is all you probably need. Okay. And it makes a little blob. You don't want to do that on your color book, but that'll get it brings the paint activated. All right. So you can use the white Posca. Now, again, I'm not going to leave this white. I'm doing this really, I'm doing a lot of it here so I can show you the drama of it. All right, so now I'm going to get my heat gun and make sure all the Posca's dry, because you can't do it when it's wet. You can let it sit for about 5 minutes, but I have a heat gun, so I'm going to use it. Now I'm going to take my lime green, and every place that I did the white, except maybe just that little bit of edge there, I'm going to go over the top of all my Posca with the lime green. And it's going to turn all that white Posca, it's going to turn it lime green, but you're still going to see like the vibrancy. You're going to still see the vibrancy of the white Posca under it. All right, here, you'll probably notice it here the most. But make sure your Posca's dry. And you can do this with any color. So you can have nice bright areas in your image, but it doesn't have to be white, but it starts that way. Just here, I'll show you compared to these two leaves here. Okay, so this is what it looked like before with the white. And here's where it was white, and I've gone over it with the lime green. See how you can still see the vibrancy of the white Posca underneath, but it's not white. But it's still vibrant and highlighted. Okay. All right. Oh, thank you, Kathleen. I appreciate that. Oh my gosh, Janice says, I'm not used to going out in the world this early. I'm traumatized. All right, so now I'm going to go back with probably the moss green that it's a little bit medium kind of green of the ones I picked. And just do a little bit more like edges or blending and shading. And again, if you get something, oh, that's too dark, I don't like that, go over it with your white Posca and then pencil back over it. Just have to make sure that the Posca is dry. Okay. And I am adding quite a few layers. You want to make sure that you don't hard pressure and get your page waxy. Especially at the beginning of your layering process, because then you can still layer on top. You can hard pressure down it like here. I could still get some really dark area. I mean, I can hard pressure here, but it's not going to blend. It's not going to blend if it starts getting waxy. Okay. So you got to be careful not to, get it too waxy at the beginning or too many layers hard pressure down because then you can't blend. I'm just showed by color over Posca. Get highlight back. Yes, Penny. Yes. Yes, you can. Sharpening. So anyway, we can either do one or the other on Wednesday. We can either do art books, and I can just show a variety of different kinds. I'll probably pick ones that are where I know you can get ideas from, rather than saying like showing all my calligraphy books. Not that you can't get ideas from the calligraphy books, but I want you to get more Society of Idea Collector type ideas from the art books, because your homework is going to involve one of your own art books, even if you own one. Okay, so I want to get a little bit of that white in that top part there, a little bit of light. And same thing, I think I want just even a little bit of lighter right down the middle of this leaf here. Just a touch. And maybe a little more back here again. So I'll have to decide which one we'll do on Wednesday. It's been a while since we did a big collage, but it's also been a while since I showed all kinds of different art books. What if I don't own any art? Do you not have not one art book or not one art magazine, Kathy? Not one? Okay, so there we go. All right, so a little bit extra light there. And well, then I guess you can just find something online. Find an art book online. Okay, because you can find them online too. So you must be a new artist then. You must be a new artist. Okay, so again, if it looks a little too white, I'll just go back in here. Maybe just knock back a little bit with the lime green. Just a little bit, just so it's not real harsh white, but still seems a little vibrant. All right, so I'm going to move away from this for a minute, although I can still see where I need to add a little bit, some more dark, maybe along some of those edges there, just a little. And it looks very, it really stands out a lot now because nothing else is done, right? Yeah, or get one from the library. There you go, Julie. Thank you. Yeah, thanks, Cat and Paste. There you go. I have to deal with people. Oh, gosh. So all right. So just I'm gonna leave that for that. Let me back all the way out so you can see how. There we go. So you can see how just that one little section like that. All right. So now let's go back in. All right, so now I did start doing some shading on this one, as you can see, compared to like this one. This has no shading. Well, I might have put a little bit right there, but I'm going to want them to be like salmon color, like a salmony peach color, and a purple, like a lavender purple, and probably a little bit of a couple of other shades of purple here. So yeah, these. So I've got dark purple, processed red, and this, bless its heart, this one's kind of jacked up, but I'm sharpening the other end. This is an older one here. This is violet and peach. Plus, I'll use my pasta and white. And then again, I did add gold. I did add gold to his antenna, which you do not want to do that till the very end because you want that gold to be on top, right? And I might do it. Let's go ahead and maybe do a little background too. So on the background here, I did start a little bit here, I can see. So let's maybe go with Imperial Violet and the slate blue. Yeah, slate gray. Slate gray. These two probably will be good for just doing some background there. All right, so let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and start with the Imperial Violet. Let me, because I want a lot of purples in this. As you can see, I did like the rocks. There's a lot of purple in the rocks. So it's going to be a lot of purple and blue with just the green and the leaves. Let's see. Don't forget, guys, put it in caps if you're talking to me. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and just start doing behind him. See, now here's the thing about, because I put the white Posca and the gold, now that makes me have to go in between every one of those little antenna. But I did that to show you guys the color. Normally, I would not put those details. I would not put those details on him until the end. So let's just go ahead and go around some of this here, just so you can kind of get to see the color. Now remember, this has got a wash of acrylic paint, so pencils just go so nice on top of it. Go around the little bubbles here. There's some little fish there. I'll just leave those for now. So I got it kind of hard pressured right around where it's going to be the darkest. And then I'm soft. I'm doing a soft, gentle layer up into the water because I want it to fade out, right? By having that initial acrylic wash, it's just so much easier to do blending and feathering out. Everybody's talking about where you can get art books at thrift stores. You can get some good ones at thrift stores. I just don't get out that much to get to the thrift stores. So, but yeah, you can. You can get some good ones. But anyway, what I'm going to have y'all do on your homework, which I'm going to announce it on Wednesday, your homework on Wednesday. So you'll have till the following Monday to do the project. So I don't want to tell y'all now. I just was going to say, whether I show art books or not on Wednesday, I'm still giving you the same homework that I have written down for you that involves an art book. But I didn't know if y'all wanted me to show art books on Wednesday. Regardless, your homework's going to be the same. Okay. Sharpening. What did Uncle Dan say? I'm afraid to look. The salamander is smiling. He must be. Be nice, Dan. Be nice. Okay, so I'm just gonna, and this, I'll do this. I won't just do it all, the whole thing, one color at a time. I'll work in sections, right? But I kind of wanted to do at least one of the little axolotls for you here. And also, if you don't get back to a color book for a while, you start it and you have your colors all picked out, or whatever, and then you stop on it and go on to another one, which, I do a lot of different ones at once. Then make sure, if you're not real familiar with your pencils, like, you know the colors, that you can just go back and go, oh, I know which color that is that I use there, then you should probably write it down on a little piece of paper and washi tape it in or something, or make a little bookmark in the page with the colors that you used. Otherwise, you're going to say, what color was that purple? What color was, So I'm just kind of fading this out real gently here toward the very top, and then I'll go in here with some white. Okay, so just want to kind of get around him real quick. I just want to get a little bit of purple everywhere. And then I'll go in there and kind of blend it out with white. Again, I'm having to go in between his little feelers there because I colored those in really before I should have, but I wanted to show y'all a technique at the time. Let's see. Yeah, or a post-it note. Yeah, if you just want to write the numbers down, if you just want to write the numbers down that you use, just stick a post-it note in there. There you go, Julia. Yeah. And I might add a couple of other, maybe I might add a little bit of the blue in there if I want, just to make it a little variety of not one solid purple. Let me sharpen. So maybe a little bit of more blue over here. And kind of make them kind of meet in the middle. And again, any place here that I have the paint, I'll be able to go over with pencil, so it doesn't matter if it looks like it's like purple and blue all over there, because I'll be able to go back over that. Just doing this little section of the background here. Maybe a little more purple down here. Kind of, especially right around his body, just to make it kind of stand out a little. But there's so many people that do coloring techniques that if you really are into coloring, like wanting to know all the special techniques, there's so many out there. Coloring and chat with Sammy, and then there's what's the new one that I mentioned last? Well, new to me, but my mom watched a Pamela. Uh, if you just put in coloring with Pamela, you'll find the same thing with color and chat with Sammy. And she's in the UK, so the color is spelled with a U. Well, it doesn't really need many supplies to start with, Julia. You can keep adding and building just like any other medium, whether it's oil painting, acrylics, pencil drawing, whatever it is, you can build your stash over the years. But I would recommend if you can't get Prismacolors, a set of 24. If I was going to tell anybody that's just starting, like my mom, when she first got into color, told her buy a set of 24 Prismacolors. Since then, she's bought the whole set. But buy a set of 24 Prismacolors and a white Posca and your color book. That's what I would start with. But if you can't afford a 24 thing of Prisma, then Crayolas are not horrible. They're not as soft and blendable as Prismas, but you get a lot of colors, and they're inexpensive. So, but coloring is very chill. You learn about color combinations, you learn color blending, you just learn all kinds of techniques. With don't let anybody I have to say this, don't let anybody tell you that coloring is not an art or you can't learn anything. What do you mean you use color books? You don't, just ignore them. Just smile and go, yeah, 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 because they don't know what they're missing. All the techniques that you can learn with coloring. And again, I do mine with mixed media, so I'm using pencil, acrylic paints, you know. All right, so there's a start. I'm up to 7 large pencil cases now. The gift from my sister cost me. Yeah, Julia. I use my Holbees, my Loomies. I use them. Most of the time it's usually like when I'm just by myself and I'm coloring, because I'm going to shade under these leaves right here. I do use them, and I've used them on the show a little bit. And, a lot of them have been gifted to me, and I put them all in nice cases. But I know, and I hear from people, when break them out and use them, they're so expensive I can't afford it. And that's why I say that's why you can start with Prismacolor and move your way up and use them get other sets if you really are into coloring. If you only color something like once a year, then you're not probably going to want to spend $300 on a set of pencils. Just saying. But if you color a few times a year and you like to chill with a set of 24 Prismas, I don't know. And I think Amazon Prime is coming up today. Is Amazon Prime, they got specials and stuff, so be checking for the specials. But that's what I would tell you to start with, is one set of Prismacolor. I've got a couple of bubbles here. I want to get a couple bubbles in there. You have the 24 Crayola skin tone pencils. They're nice. Yeah, I've used them a little. I need to use them more. Z sent them to me. I do have the Crayola skin tone set. They have pencils, crayons, and markers in their skin tone set. And again, I recommend the Crayola Super Tips because they don't go through your color book page. So if you want to use any kind of water medium in your pages and water them down with water, and then use a brush with them, they're awesome. Their own little watercolor set with your super tips. So anyway, I said all that to say I try to use things where I know people at least can afford them. I do once in a while get out the the Pollys, the Holbys, the Loomies. But yeah, the Faber Castell, yeah, Darlene, yeah. So what did Julie? Yeah, and light fastness is not an option for color book. You know. Oh, thank you, Pacola. So there's Pamela's passion for pencils. Yeah. So if y'all like tutorials, Pamela's an awesome one. She does all kinds of different techniques and things. So Pamela's passion for pencils. Thank you. Thank you. My mom's the one that told me about Pamela. You know, I do all these color book shows, and mom goes, "Have you seen Pamela? Do you ever watch Pamela?" I'm like, "Oh, no, mom." It's just kind of cute. You know, I make all these color book shows, and she's telling me, "Do you watch Pamela?" Uh, Oh, okay. So yeah, people are talking about coupons and stuff. Amazon, yeah. So y'all can talk about the different deals y'all are finding. You know, it's fine. I'm not. Nobody's sponsoring me. I'm not Amazon. I'm not an Amazon affiliate. Much to the chagrin of my little Snapdragon Picola, who's always after me. You need to have a Amazon affiliate. You need to be an Amazon affiliate. But I'm not, so yeah. I'll just have to listen to little Snapdragon snap at me. Oh. Spray fix it over the page, help keep the color right. I don't spray any pencils. I don't. The only time I spray anything is pan pastels. I don't spray anything. Now I do varnish. I'll varnish in my abandoned books, my collages, but again, there's no water medium on those that'll smear with the varnish. Although sometimes I've smeared my name or I've signed it with with a white gel pen or something. But yeah, I don't I don't spray any pencils. You know, you if you probably could. Now I my pencils get sprayed where I've used them in conjunction with pan pastels. So if I have pan pastel and pencil, it does get sprayed with a fixative, a matte fixative. But other than that, I do not spray anything pencil unless it has pan pastel on it, which you have to spray pan pastel because otherwise you're smearing that. Um, let's see. Did I miss somebody coming in new? Yes. Karen, yeah. Karen, I do have lots of art playlists, mixed media, color book, collage, art books. We do a little of everything here, art wise. Okay, so now I've kind of gone around all these leaves here. Can put a little bit darker maybe around some of these, a little bit of black shadow under there. I like high contrast, so I'm going to have a lot of black and a lot of white because I like it really contrasted out. Let's get in a little bit of those antennas there. But take your time. I kind of hurry through a lot of times on a show, but I never really finish either. All right, now let me get a white, a full page on a 3-hour stream. So now I'm going to get some white here, and I'm just going to kind of do kind of little circles. And I'm not hard pressuring. I'm doing it real gentle. You can build it up and you can kind of cross hatch it or use circles so that you don't get the pencil smudge lines. You want to kind of smooth it out, not make lines. So you got to kind of go back and forth or circles or a combination of both. You can see when you start getting a pencil line going this way, then start going the other way, and you'll blend it. And again, some of my bubbles got a little pencil over them, so I want to get those bubbles. You can add more bubbles, do whatever. Wait, I would before you do too much detail on top, get all your background blended in. So I'm just going to kind of do that. So after I do this little bit of background here, we're going to go into him. And then it still seems like it needs a little darker right along the top of his body here. So I'm going to add a little black right along in here. And I can go back over it with the purple to take the black, so it's not harsh black. But I want it a little darker right around his body right here. Maybe right in here too. Just a little darker right in there. It may not show up on camera, but I just want a real contrast on his body here. And then I'll take the purple, the dark purple here, and just go over the black, especially where it feathers out so you don't see a harsh edge. You can do the same thing wherever you have the black. You can kind of smooth out the edges so it's not a harsh black. Bye, Devin. Hi, and bye, Devin. I didn't even see you come in. I'm sorry. Oh, let's see. Very cool. Hi, Judy. Oh, looks light streaming down from the sun above. Yeah. Okay, so now I've got that edge a little. Now let's go back to the white. See, I haven't done these little fish right here. But you want to kind of do this to like relax and chill. And, I like having, doing something like this with, maybe another streamer on in the background. And then before you know it, you have a page done. Okay. All right. Now I want these to become lime green. And I could go in here with lime green, but it's not going to be bright because for one, I've got a little bit of blue on some of them. And so I really want them to be very bright. So I'm going to take my Posca and I'm just going to go in here and over all the leaves and the stem, I'm just going to go in there. Now I want you to kind of look at how it's not solid. See how all that's not connected. See how there's little areas that don't touch each other? All right, so there's that compared to that, right? Now, let me come over. I'm going to try to hold it up so I can't bring the camera down anymore. Okay, so let's just kind of. Trying to hold it real still. But I am holding it up in the air. Okay. Now it's got to dry, so I'm going to hit it with the heat gun, but you could wait a second. Okay, so now I'm going to take my lime green, sharpen. Oh, thank you, Pacola. Yeah, y'all follow me on Instagram. I'm Inky Well with an I, INKIWELL. But if you put in Dee Dee Willingham, you'll find me too. But that's my official name right there. Thank you, Pacola. And y'all make sure and follow the Society of Idea Collectors hashtag so you can see people that are doing their homework. You don't have to post if you want to, do your Society of Idea Collector book. You don't have to post if you don't want to, but it's more important that you work in your book than you worry about posting. But we would like to see what you do. So I did show a couple this morning. All right, so I'm going to go back over all that white Posca with the lime green. See how it's still vibrant? You could go in there. It's pretty tiny. I'm zoomed in. This is really, this is pencil point tiny. Look, see how tiny these little leaves are here? Okay, and then if you just want one little bit of sparkle on those leaves, just go in there and just touch it. Just touch a few of them. You don't have to do every one, but touch a few with just a little bit of Posca. Just a couple little areas to make the leaves kind of, just stand out. Maybe a little bit on the edges or just a few, just a little touch. Maybe a little bit on some of the stem. And if y'all have a color book, if you have color book favorites, you can share them with the group. If you have a color book channel that you really, really like, and you've learned a lot from that person, then you can post it. Well, you can't post a direct link. The mods can, but you can tell the name. You can put the name of the channel in there. All right, so now I'm going to sharpen my black. And any little areas around these leaves that may have I've missed, like, right up against the stem or just any little tiny areas, just to sharpen those up just a little. So, yeah, share your color book favorites, color book tutorials, or people that do color books. You can type in the name of the channel. So I'm just getting in a few little areas that are not crisp enough. Like that. Okay, bye, Arlene. And if you see that it looks like right around here, it looks like a little too much of a, I want to kind of blend that out just a little, just so it's not like, doesn't look outlined. So I'm just going to kind of carry that up a little more. And there's two little fish here. Here's a little tiny one right here. Let me just kind of put them in there so you can kind of see them. And I'll go back and add some color to them. Just so I can remember they're there. Okay, so now I've already put gold over this, but that would be something I would do at the end. So I don't know that I'm going to do them all gold, but I did that as a technique showing. So what I'm going to do real quick is I'm going to get my, where's the pinks that I had? I had my, where'd they roll off to? I had a couple of, let's move this pencil out of the way. Did I throw them back in the tray? I had a couple of purples. Where'd they go? Hmm. Maybe I threw them back in here. Okay. I had this purple and that purple. Okay, so let me sharpen this. This is processed red. I thought I had the processed red out a minute ago. All right, so now I am going to go ahead and do some of his feelers, whatever they're called, their antenna. I'm going to throw a little bit of that processed red on there. I already did this. I'm just kind of doing it again because I want to show you the technique with the little feelers. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and put some processed red in here because I want them to be purple, lavenders, and peach colors. And there's a bubble right there. So I'm going to put in some of those colors in the feelers, and it's going to be on all these little I don't know. I have to look up what these are called. They're little these little feelers. So I'm just going to put some of that processed red on them, just so I can keep them all kind of the consistency. But I'm going to really just work on this one. All right, so now I've got that, and I want a little bit of darker purple right by his head, right in here. And maybe a little bit in some of the shadows here. So now that I've started doing this, you see that the feelers get a little lost. So what you do, I'll do that in just a second. Let me get some of this shaded under here. Because I want purple and that processed red, bright kind of magenta color in his body. But I got to get all these around the feelers again because we did another technique on top. Let's see, Sherry Bug, Brenda Robertson, anybody else I missed? Okay, so now I'm going to start blending this in here in a minute with some of the peach color because I want him to be purple and peach. But you can see where I've added some Posca around his body already. So I'm just going to blend this in. I want to get as much of his area around where I'm going to put the Posca before I put the Posca. All right, so now what I wanted to show you is all those little feelers will stand out when I put the Posca on here. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's do that. Move my pencils to the side. There we go. And his little feet too. I want his little feet to kind of stand out. Put a little bit of shading under them on the log here. And again, don't forget, I'm putting it on white, but you can always go back in here. You can always go back in over the white and knock it back so it's not a bright white, right? Okay, so there we go. All right, so I want around his eyes to be nice and bright. I gotta get my Posca rolling there. And I did put a little highlight in the eyes of each one. I put a little white dot in there that wasn't in there, but they look so dead without it. Okay, so now I'm gonna go and kind of give him a glow. And there's still these bubbles here. You can add more if you want. And then on each one of the little feelers, I'm going to come in here and just kind of flick. I'm not going to push down on it. You're going to get a harsh line. I just want to flick. But make sure you have all your background done before you do this. Because as you could see, I had already added that gold on another technique, and I had a color around it. So this is what you want to do at the end when you have all the background behind that area. It doesn't have to be the whole background, but behind that area. And then now I'm going to just flick. Right over the top of everything else. There's a bubble there. I could put a bubble here, but I'm going to flick right over the top of everything. It's a little one right here. Okay, see this right here? I have not colored that in, so I'm going to have to, I'm flicking it right there, but I'm going to have to color around that. Okay, right here. These two kind of overlap each other. Okay. Well, I like the possible pick up a hint of the background. Well, I like it because then I can go back over it. I can go back over it with any color I want. Okay, so I've already got him kind of out. I got a little bit of green leafage right there. Let's kind of fix that. All right, so I'm going to shade some of that out just a minute. But let's get back in there with the purple. Sharpening. A little shade down in there. A little bit in here. Let's see what's going on in chat. Hi, Jeff. Now your little axolotl can breathe. Great. Yeah, I think those aren't these some kind of gills for them? I'm not sure. I'm not sure what the purpose of those. I need to research it. I have a thing on them. I need to look it up. It's been, I think I looked a little bit of it up back when, because I drew some of these. I was going to make cell phone covers with my animals like this, and I drew a real cute one, and I put him in I cut them out and used them in a Digi Procreate thing. That was a couple years ago, and I don't remember much of the details of them now. All right, now I'm going to take my peach and kind of just knock back a little bit of that bright edge. Still going to be gone. It's still going to be bright, but it's not going to be bright white. So you can kind of blend. Same thing on his little fingers. I still want to leave a little bit on the tips of the fingers. And this needs to be separated here, this right here. There needs to be a little separation from that back arm and leg. There we go. So what I did the last time we played around with him, then I went over all those white little feelers with gold. So I turned them gold. I don't remember if I did it with a gel pen or what I did it with. Let's get a little bit more magenta in here. Let's see. Hi, Faithful Mass. How you doing? Don't follow our Faithful Mass. You should. And she has an Etsy shop as well. And she gives us a lot of nice color books that we give away, which we'll give away probably one on Wednesday. So just getting a little bit of different colors in there, and then back with the peach color again. So he's peach, processed red, and dark purple, and a little bit of the what color is this purple? I don't know, something violet. I can't see it. I think I sharpened half of it off. Okay, so the other thing that'll make him stand out, let me get that white line here, just a little bit of peach down that. The other thing that'll make him stand out is when you do, let me get a dark brown. Here we go. Let's see. Okay, so dark brown and shadow underneath of him. It'll really make him stand out even more. And you can add some highlights like here, like let's say he has a little shine on his head. Let's just put a little bit of white Posca, kind of just tap it out like that. Give him a little shine, maybe around the little eyes there. Give him a little more expression. Okay, so now you can go up under here. I might just go ahead and just get some black. And give him a nice, between the black and the dark brown, and give him some nice shadows on the rock here. So I'll go between black and dark brown and probably a Tuscan red or a sienna brown to kind of feather out the rest of the rock here. But I just want to show you how you can now use the shadows to make him stand out. See how that foot stands out? Hi, Vonnie. How you doing? Good to see you. Good to see you, Vonnie. Welcome to axolotl territory today. Hope you're doing well. Just get coming down in here in the fingers. Good to see you. All right, now I'm taking the brown and kind of softening out some of the areas of the black. And again, I'd get in here behind all these little bushes, and all this will have shadows up under there eventually. Maybe a little dark right in there and right in there, because his body it's kind of at a bend. It's kind of at an angle right there. Thank you, Tina. Back to the brown. There's all kinds of little weeds and things that I'll probably do some of those in purple as well, just to make them kind of carry the color of the axolotl, into some of the brush. So let's just put a little of that down. Back to some brown. And again, there's all kinds of white little bubbles all over the place. You really don't want to do this part until you've finished with all the logs and everything. And then maybe some in this little coral or whatever this is that's stuck to the. Let's do a little detail on that. But I'd just like to show y'all some of the details that we sometimes don't get to because of time. So you can add little dotted details. And again, here's all the bubbles. Bubbles, bubbles. Okay, then there's some little spiky, bushy stuff back in here. I love watching you bring these little creatures. Oh, thanks, Kathleen. All right, so I am going to back out just one here because it's got a little, let's see if I can. So you can kind of see where we're headed. Then again, maybe there's some more purple back in here. Let's just go. Maybe a little purple in there. Just little like mossy bits on the rock. This little plant back in here. Maybe a little bit of shadow on some of these bubbles. A little more purple in here. And you can take as much time as you want, you know, as much time as you want. A little bit of sienna. Because it's some kind of a wood something here. Piece of wood, driftwood or something under the sea. And just keep adding more and more textures and colors. Oh, let's see. All right, I am going to back out now. Let's just take a look at what we've got done so far. So you can kind of see where we're going. Started out like just a wash. This is just a wash, well, except where I added some magenta and hit their little feelers there. But this is just starts out as a wash of watered down craft acrylic paint. And then you just start penciling on top of it and add some white Posca details. So you still see I got to do all the blue back in here. Maybe I'll do that just for a minute. Here it is. Let's go back in one. Let's see, Laura. Oh, thank you, Darlene. So do you have any questions, or did anybody ever decide or think or say, not really decide because I don't know yet, but if you want to do art books on Wednesday in conjunction with the homework that I'm going to give you on Wednesday, or do you want to do a big collage, or do you want to do art book chat and enabling? Anybody up for art book enabling? So we get some of this purple. Let's see what we got. Art. Janet says art books. I like when you show what I already own. Janet. Oh my gosh. Art books with a bit of enabling. Because if you want me to do art books on Wednesday, I've got to go through them and pull. Right, I've got to go through my art books and pull. So, and if I do collage, then I need to, get some high energy going. And let's just put a little bit of that blue in there before I add the white. So I do kind of need to prepare a little bit for either one. Oh, thanks, Nanamo. I do want to, because it doesn't really matter. I like doing it all. So it's not like I get to pick a favorite. I like doing all of it. So, when I ask y'all what y'all like, let me know because I don't mind, you know, doing what y'all would like to do because it's all good to me. I like doing all of it. All right, now let's get back in here with a few of the bubbles. And you can add more bubbles. Kerby is not going to email you and say, there's no bubble right there. Why did you put a bubble right there? There's no bubbles right there. So put as many or as few as you want. Oh, thank you, Nanamo. Question from Alice Vicky. Did you use the fine or the medium Posca? Um, yeah, it's this one. It's not the finest one. You can get one that's like a kind of like needlepoint, like a needlepoint. But this is probably the finest one. It's a little bit wore down. It is a little bit wore down because I use a lot. Let's see if I can see any numbers. Let's see. Let me get my magnifying glass. Well, if I can find it, it was right there. Now what do I do with it? Can I leave it in this little cubby? There's a tape. What do I do with my magnifying glass? There it is. Okay. Let's see which one this is. It's very, very tiny. It's mostly all in Japanese. These are made in Japan. Okay, here's the ISBN. 49027786533951. I'm trying to see if there's any. I mean, it's in Japanese. Okay, it's a 0.7, 0.7 millimeter. Okay. Yeah, 0.7. I mean, it's like, I should have just got out my phone. But you can see maybe. It's a 0.7. Okay. But I think these are the thinnest ones I really have. I mean, they come in, like I said, the metal has the little metal needle tip, but I don't use those. I might have one here somewhere. I just use these. I have a fatter one too. I mean, they come bigger. They come like this. I mean, big nibs like that. These are 2.5. They come in a few different sizes. Yeah. Let's see. Hi, Nettie. So this is what it's going to look like eventually. This is what it's going to look like eventually, the colors. They'll be doing more blending. Like I can take a tan color here, like a sand color, and start like kind of blending in some of this. Once I get all the purples, red, the processed red, magenta, the purple, the two shades of brown. Once I get all that down, then I can go in here with, this is just a sand color, I think. What is this? Peach beige, any tan color, to kind of blend it in. Instead of white, I'm using this kind of tan color to blend all those purples together, purples and brown. So that'll kind of smooth this out. But you may not want it smooth. You may want it to look kind of textury. So you may not want to do this part where you're smoothing out or blending in those colors. You might want them to be kind of rough and rock-like. But this will, just like I did the white up here, I'm doing the same kind of thing here with this peach beige color. I'm just kind of blending it all together. And then if you get it too blendy, you can go back in with some more colors on top. But okay, so you can kind of see it's kind of softening it. Oh, okay, Kathleen, you got a size 3 different sizes. Yeah, you can buy them. And I probably have at some point. That's why I have the big fat one. 3 different sizes. And I know I have one of the thin needle nose one, that has the somewhere around here. But anyway, so you can kind of see where we've gone from the wash to this, and kind of the same for how I should keep this one unfinished so I can use it for a sample. So here's one where this is a wash here, and then see how we've used the Posca and the pencils to do the blending or do the details. See, same thing. It all starts with this wash, which doesn't look like anything at the beginning. So when you see somebody or me do this and you go, oh, well, I recommend this one, Beverly, the 0.7. But then you have to remember that we're going to do this, but usually don't get too far into it before we run out of time. So if y'all want to, then I'm going to make a note. Art book. I don't want to call it review. Art book chat. I don't know. Art book show and tell. Art book. I don't want to call it enabling. I'm not going to put that in the title on Wednesday. Art book. I might do show and tell. Maybe that would show and tell. We'll see. Thanks, Bacola. I hope so. I'll probably just leave it out. This is what I do when I've got something like this. I'll leave it out, like not right here because I'm working on other things, but I'll leave it close by so I can just, when I have 10, 15 minutes, I'll work a little bit on it. So what I'll probably do the next is I'll do all 4 of the axolotls. I'll get them all looking kind of similar, except I won't do the feelers until I have the background, because I don't want to have to try to, like I did today, have to pencil around them. It's best to leave those kind of details to the end. Get your Janet, I do kind of like that. Get your art book. I'm going to put that on there. I'm going to write it down. I don't know if I'll use it, but yeah. Get your oh, that would be a good title for the homework, because the homework will involve any one of your whatever art book you have, or an art magazine. If you don't have any art books, an art magazine, or go to the library, or if at last resort find something online to do your homework. And again, it's all about I made a mess here with the shavings. It's all about you collecting ideas for your own Society of Idea collecting book, your own book. Oh, I know what I was going to do. We have a few minutes left. I wanted to make a couple of mini books using this. Let's do that. So I'm going to go ahead, put a Post-it note on here. This is where I am in the book. Again, this is Fragile World. The other one that I showed, World Within Worlds, this one has the dinosaurs. The Fragile World has all the endangered animals, and this is also the one that has the sneakers in it, because people like this one. And then, what book was that in? That's in the World Within Worlds. And the axolotl, and what else have we done in here? The rhino, we did that last week or week before. And then the pandas, that's been a few months ago. And same thing for the leaf frogs. And yeah, so okay, so let me set this aside real quick because what I wanted to do when I was talking earlier, showing this, let me get it here, showing that paper, and I got a couple different little swatches left here. Let's see. So these are some of the different ones that I bought. This one just has a little bit left on this. This will be a good one to use. So, but I really want to use this one, the brick one. So you can buy these different wallpapers. And let me move these pencils because they're going to be rolling into my area. Oh, I got one other collage to show y'all here in a minute. Let's just move those pencils under there for a minute. Let's make a little space. And let's see what kind of paper do I have handy. Let's see, do I have something cut here? What do I have handy? I always have bits of paper that are cut and I keep, some of it, but I don't see it right now. So I'll just get some regular paper here. Need some thin. Need something thin. Most of this over here is cardstock. Let me find. Let me see. Hang on. Let's get some. I'll get a couple of these sheets of this big. And I'm ripping the box. Okay, there we go. I just want some copy paper. Okay. This is for 11 by 17. I think that's what it is. We'll find out in a minute. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to use this paper. So I should probably move this. Let's see. If I put white, that's going to flash it out, I know. But I'm going to do it in a minute. We need to see what we're doing here. So let's lighten and brighten because we're on white paper. So what I want to do, I need to look at your previous videos. Yeah, Beverly, all my backgrounds usually start with acrylic wash. All right, so I want to use this. Let's move this out of the way and get my cutter. So I wanted to make a couple little tiny, like zine size sketch, little little things to sketch in, draw in. All right, so let's go ahead and get a couple of sheets of paper. And let's see, this is 11 by 7, I think 17, but I need them 4 by 6 because we're just going to make little ones. So let's go ahead and do 6. Does that leave me? Okay, so we'll save that for another one. Okay, let's get a couple more. I'll give a couple away. I'm going to give them away. I'm not going to do a drawing. I'm just going to pick a couple people. So if you're stuck it out this long, watching me color, I'll just pick a couple. We'll see how many I can make. Okay, and this last little stack. Oh, that's more than a little bit of stack. All right, so now I got a stack of 6. Now I'm going to just take a little less than what I just cut. Let's do a little less, and we want 4. So it's postcard size, folded in half. They're going to be well, let me show you. They're eventually going to be this size. 3 by 4? Yeah, 3 by. They're eventually going to be 3 by 4. That's why I made them 6. I made them 6 by 4 so that when they're folded in half, this is the size they're going to be. This is going to be. And oh wait, let me get my tiny attacher. I need my tiny attacher for stapling. All right. Get my tiny. We'll get my tiny attacher out. Okay. All right. Let's put this on. Oh my god. All right. There's some scratch paper for a little bit later. Okay. Okay. So that's the 6. Let's cut this down to 4. And then whatever's left, I'll use for other zines or something. Okay, so let's see. Let's get a few more made here. Okay, so I want 6 by 4, and they'll fold in half to make 3 by 4s. Don't be scared, Jesus. Oh, are you worried about me cutting myself? I've never cut myself with this. I've cut myself many times with X-Acto knives, but I haven't had any problem with this so far. Again, this is all postcard size. A couple more. I think I can divide this into 2. And I'll see how many can fold nicely to make a nice little booklet. Okay, one more stack. Again, this is just copy paper. But this is the kind of book you want to have in your purse, your handbag, your backpack, your man bag, whatever it is you carry. Whatever it is that you carry to keep a sketchbook, an idea book, or something handy. Okay, so I made a few of those. All right, so now let's move them. No, I'm going to need to cut some of this. So let's go ahead. First, I got to trim it down because I can't obviously fit this up under there. So let's see. I'll make it a little bigger, and then I can, what do you call it? Right on the 3 there. I'll make it a little bigger, and then I'll just trim it down. I haven't tried to use this for some book covers. I'm hoping this will work. All right, so let's move that to the side. All right, so I'm going to want these to be, first off, let's make them, make it 6. No, let's make these 4. All right, so we want these 4. And then I'll trim them because the either end is not very neat. Let me do 1 and see. Now, let's see how much I got there. Yeah, I got 6 and a little more. So now I'm just going to trim both sides down to get a 6 and maybe an 8. 6 and an 8, because it's got to wrap around, and this may not be big enough. We'll do 1, okay? So 6 and an 8, because it's going to fold around. You want it to go to the edge, right? You want it to make sure it goes over the whole thing. So let's just see if this is going to work. But look how cute. Would this be a cute little booklet in your bag? That's the idea. So let's make 1. All right, let's see. So let's see how many sheets can fold nicely. Maybe about 4 or 5 to make 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's try 5 if it's not too much. Okay, so we're going to try 5. Fold them in half. Where's my bone folder? Okay, so got 5 here. Always push in the middle first and then go to the sides. Don't try to start at the top to do a bone folder, because then it's gonna start warping. But if you fold it, let me do it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Make it nice and neat as you can. Fold it up to, like, kind of put your finger there and it kind of meet it. And you can see how straight it is. Okay, when you meet it in the middle there. Then put your finger there, and then push in the middle first. Push in the middle, and then go left and right. and then you'll get a nice good fold. If you start from the, like I said, if you start just folding it over and just going from here, it's going to kind of warp. Okay. All right. So let's try one here. Let's see what's going to happen. All right. So let's put it in here and see the size first. Okay. I think that's going to work. Maybe it might need just a little bit of trim. All right. So what I'm going to do is first staple these 5 sheets. Okay, so you want to staple on the outside so the staple's on the inside. Where's my tiny attacher? Here we go. So the hump part is going to be the part I'm going to staple in. And you just got to kind of eyeball it. You got to kind of eyeball it. Let's see, I can't really see it. Let's kind of eyeball it. I think that's probably about right. And my first one may not be right on. I'm trying to get my head under there without putting my head under the camera. That's pretty good. Okay, so I'm going to do 2. You're trying to get it right on that fold line, right? Okay, I did pretty good. All right, then what you do is you turn it over and take your bone folder and you mash those staples down. It's just better. Go back over here again, and now let's just get it nice and neat. Okay, that was pretty good. So that's 10 sheets, 10 pages. Now, here's the tricky part. Let's see if I can do this, okay? All right, so now what I want to do, this is peel and stick. So what I want to do is peel and stick and hopefully do it neatly. It might be a good idea to make it even a little bit wider. So if you make a mistake, you can trim it, you know, but I'm going to just try. All right. So, and this is how you do any kind of peel and stick. You don't just peel it all off. Okay. You don't just peel it off. You want to peel an edge. You want to just peel an edge and then kind of hold that edge down and then kind of line it up. Again, I'm going to have to I'm going to have to stand up. Let's do it this way, I think. Probably be better if I do it this way, flat. And then, so I'm going to try to get it right on that edge. Whoops, I got the corner peeled in. And this is also going to depend on how well you cut. Okay, oops, I got a little. All right, so then what you do is then you go up from the back and you start pulling this and pushing down at the same time. So you're peeling from the back and mashing down from the front. So that gets out no air bubbles, right? Okay, so you can see, look, see it's a little off, so I'll trim it. But now I'm going to just kind of get this mashed down right where the staples are on the spine. Now I'm going to come back and do the trimming. Okay, so like, let's just trim off the little edges that weren't cut perfectly. Because this doesn't have to be an exact size. I mean, we don't have anything printed on it. If it was printed, it'd be a little trickier. Right, so I'm just going to trim off a little, just probably about a 1/16 of an inch. All right, so now, let's see what we got here. Let's fold it. Get the bone folder. And it's not perfect. You can still see a little bit of edge, which I could just cut that off. Or you could do it with a scissor if you want to get it nice. Any little edges that stick out. See, I needed to make this just a little bigger. On the next one, I'm going to make this the cover just a little bit bigger, so then I can trim it and not worry about it. But there we go. So there's a little booklet for it to carry, put a little sketches in. 10 pages. That's easy, right? Was that easy enough? I've been wanting to use this peel and stick. All right, so let's go ahead and let's cut this down some more. So I think this is over 6. So now let's say 4. Let's just go ahead and do 4 and maybe 1/4 or somewhere, a little less than 4 1/2. just so we have excess, right? So we have excess to wrap around. So there's one there. And that way we can trim it. So we'll make 3 more here. Because we can always trim that down. Okay. All right, so now let's get 5 more. Let's see, I think I already got 5 in here. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's go ahead and fold up 5 more. Are we still with the tour? Okay, so I think that's 4. Let's get 1, 2, 3, 4. 4, 5, might be 6. I don't know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Fold, line it up as best you can with your finger right over here on the edge, and you can see. And then take your bone folder right in the middle, and then both sides. Okay. Okay, so there's 3 more. Let's staple. I'm going to turn and so I can see the edge of the stapler. Still clutching the velvet roll. Thank you, Julie. Okay, so now I'm going to open this up and line it up as best as I can on the fold. Okay. Now, if you've ever made zines, you can make zines like with staples. Although most of the times when we make a zine, we do the 1 page, 1 fold, or 1 cut. If y'all have never made a zine before, we've done that a few times. Where you don't have to do any stapling, you just do 1. Well, I guess I could show you one. I gotta find me an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper real quick. Let's see. Let me find a sheet of paper here. Now, let me see. Just cut one down because I can't find it 8.5 by 11. So let me just cut down a big sheet of paper real quick, just to show you real quick how to make a 1 fold zine. So you just want your 8.5 by 11. So your standard copy paper size. I think I kind of, well, it'll be all right. Okay, so it's already 11. All right, so now we got an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. So to make a zine out of 1 sheet of paper, all you do is fold it in half up. And again, line it up with your finger. Take your bone folder to the middle and then to each side. Okay, so you fold it like that. Then you just fold this whole thing in half. I'm not being real neat about it. You want to take your time and get it really lined up. Okay, so now you've got this. Then you take each side and fold it to the middle. So now you have this, right? See all those folds? Now what you want to do is you want to make a cut right in those 2, right there, with an X-Acto knife or a blade or something. I should probably not do it on this, but I'm going to. And you want to put a ruler. I'm just going to do it real quick, but you want to cut. There's bumps on here. Okay, so you just want to cut, and I didn't do it. All right, let me just cut it with the scissors. You don't do it this way because it's not gonna lay flat. But what you're trying to do, if I had my cutting board out here, which I don't, that's why I was cutting on that. but you're cutting right in those two, right? You're cutting the two. So here's what you have. You fold it in half, fold it in half again, and then just fold these to the middle so that you have a fold like that. Then you cut with an X-Acto knife. Cut with an X-Acto knife those two center ones. Then what you want to do is bring this one up to the middle and this one up like this. Okay, and what you're going to do is go like this. See how it goes? And then you just lay it all down flat. And you've got you a little zine with no staples. Do it neater than I just did. Now you have a little 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 page little magazine. Mini magazine is a zine. Okay. So that's how you make a little mini zine with one sheet of paper. All right, what's Janet doing? I'm freaking out still. Okay, so now let's get our little booklets that we put together sort of kind of neatly. Well, I want to lay them flat while I put the covers on. Okay, so and also I didn't go in here and flatten out. You also want to flatten. It's just you don't have to, but you can flatten out your inside the staples. All right, so let's do one at a time. And what I'm going to do is just cover. I made them a little bigger. Look how much bigger I made them. So now I can put them on there and then trim it. See, I can trim it. I don't have to worry about doing it perfectly because I have a little excess there. Okay. All right. So that's what we're going to do now. So I'm going to peel the edge here. Just get it started. Just want to get it started like this. And now I don't have to really match it exactly on the line, but I do have to stand up. And I can go over it just a little bit and on the sides too. So hopefully that was enough. Okay, now I'm going to peel from the back and mash from the front. Keep out any air bubbles. Okay. All right, so now I can either trim this with the scissors or with the paper cutter. It'll probably be quicker with the paper cutter. So now I'll just trim the excess off. All the way around. And pull off the sticky bits. And if I missed anything, like right here, let's just trim it. Okay, hopefully that will work. I should have folded it first. All right, now since I folded it, let's go ahead and trim that little bit off. All right. There we go. All right. So what do y'all think? Are they cute? Is it a cute little booklet? All right. So I'm going to let me trim this one down just a little bit more. All right. Let me make these last two because I already have the pieces cut. So all I have to do is roll it out on there. All right. Peel it from the back. Just leave that one. Okay. Okay, let's just do both of them. Where's the other one? Oh, here it is. And we'll trim them both at the same time. Then I'm going to give them away. I'm going to give 3 of them away. I'm going to keep one for a sample. The lighting I know the lighting went dark on me when I put these white papers up there, so All right, let's see. Oh, no. This one went crooked. I don't think I can peel it back up. Nope. All right, that one went crooked on me. See? Okay, that one's going in the trash, so I won't keep any samples. It went crooked on me. You can't, and there's no peeling it back up. All right, so let's trim these up. I'll just have to make some more later. So I was going to give away 3 of them. There's no peeling it back up if it doesn't go on straight. All right. There we go. Get a little sticky bits with the scissors. Janet's probably having a freak out with the little sticky bits. All right. Let's move the cutter. Let's trim anything that needs trimming. Just trim a little bit there. Okay, there's one. I think this one is already, yeah, we could trim just a little right there. I'm not looking at chat. No telling what Janet's saying. No telling what Janet's saying. Okay, so there, I got 3 little booklets. Let me do this real quick. Pick up all this sticky stuff. Which wants to stick to my fingers. All right. Move this. Sip of juice. Okay. Right. Post-it notes. Okay. All right. Let's see. Yes, the contact papers are so cool, aren't they, Kathy? Let me get this a little bit off. I'll flip this board over. So what's nice about it is to put for your camera. For your camera. Right? Just now it is. I did change the lighting for the brightness of the paper. So let's turn that back down just a little. There we go. Okay. So now we have 3 little booklets, and I'm going to give 3 away. Which front do I like? I don't know. It can go either way. There's really not a front and a back. 2, and I like that one. 3. All right, let's just look here. I'm we're giving 1 to Carla V. Who else? Let's see. Let's give 1 to Tori, who I think just got out of the hospital. We're going to give 1 to Artful Dabbler Tori. And let's see who else. I'm going to scroll here. I'm going to pick random. Who else should I send 1 to? I want to try to do somebody else who might actually use them. Oh my gosh, Tina's eyes are tearing. I'm afraid to go back and look. Okay, Ashley Colors. Okay, Ashley Colors. I hope I get the right Ashley. Ashley, email me your address again, will you? I know Tori's, I know Carla's. I get my Ashley's confused. So Ashley, if you'll email me your address again, or just email me your city, because I'll have your address. I just need to, or you can give me the whole address. All right, so there we go. We're going to give those 3 away today. Pencils on the floor. Let's see. That's where that other processed red went. Okay, I'm going to have to go back and read this chat. I have a feeling that there's a lot of people were in the naughty corner. A lot of people were in, yes, you Ashley Colors. Tell me your address again, because I have 3 Ashleys and I always get y'all confused. Okay, so Carla V is going to get 1. She's always encouraging everybody give me a thumbs up. Tori, who just got out of the hospital, we're going to give her a little cheer me up. And Ashley, just because she went, me. All right, guys, really seriously, y'all can make these really easy, and you don't have to use peel and stick. You can use your scrapbook papers. They're just to have some little, something in your purse, your handbag, your man bag, whatever it is you carry, your backpack. So okay, guys. Well, I hope y'all had fun. We're gonna do art book chat, or as Janet called, get your art book on Wednesday. And your homework for the Society of Idea Collectors will involve you picking one of your own art books out of your own art magazine. If you don't have one, can't get the library, just find something online. It's not that big a deal. I just kind of wanted to make y'all pick from your own stash because we don't use it enough. So, and Wednesday, we will be giving away another one of the Forest Escapes for this is US only. I will give a print or something else to internationals because I can't ship these international. It costs more than the book. So, but our faithful mess gave us some of these. So this will be on Wednesday. There's my mailman right there. Is he going to get out and bring me anything? Oh, I think he is getting out. He's bringing. Oh, hang on. Let's go see what the mailman's bringing. Maybe there'll be something to show. Hang on. Sorry, guys. It was for Hubster. Oh my gosh, I got pencil shavings everywhere. I got to get the vacuum out, Janet. Janet, I've got a vacuum. Don't forget, Janet comes on at 1. You still are streaming at 1, right, Janet? So, yeah, it was for Hubster. Sorry, guys. Wah, wah. So, let's see. I think Janet is still. I'm gonna have to go back and see what y'all are talking about. Okay. Yes, happy mail for Hubster. Okay, so Janet comes on at 1 in about an hour, unless she's changed her mind or something. So hopefully y'all have a great day. I'm out of breath. I ran down to meet the mailman and give away some little goodies and got to color. And yeah, and I am. Okay, so Janet is streaming at 1. Okay, all right, guys. I'm going to go catch my breath, get some coffee, grab a sandwich, and I'll see y'all at Janet's or come back here on Wednesday and we'll do art book chat. All right, guys. Y'all have a great day. Bye.